Hey everybody, this is Joe. Thank you for watching my Giga Texas construction update video. Another gorgeous morning at Giga Texas, and as you can see by the photos, another outstanding sunrise. We'll be looking at some highlights from around the site, and then we're going to do a 3-month on this day look back just to compare. Starting out, I wanted to show you all of these trucks that were around the site, many of them bringing in parts and equipment that look like it's not necessarily construction so much as for production. And they are entering and delivering all over the site and inside today. In the general assembly structure, photo number 1 shows some of those deliveries that have been made on the first floor, and this is in the south end. Number 2 shows how the south end of the structure is looking, and number 3 shows that the work on putting the window trim continues, and you can see the hanging Model Y with a tarp because they're painting inside. Lots of progress on the south end today. Photo number 1 shows an overview of the area. Photo 2 shows that water splitter box that's getting construction, and there's some columns being formed as well. Number 3 shows the geotextile membrane in the pond, and number 4 shows that large retaining wall construction. On the east side, we take a look at the sedimentation basin construction. Number 1 shows the outfall channel getting more of the riprap rock lining. Number 2 shows the pond itself. And number 3 shows a gas pipe that's being installed on the east side as well. Up on the roof, we look at some of the last remaining areas to be finished. Number 1 shows the area above the regenerative thermal oxidizer system. 2 shows where the steam's coming out of the active vents. And number 3 shows the top vaulted area being finished as well. On the north end, we look in the area that has been identified as the plastics manufacturing area by people who actually work on the site. Number 1 shows the overall view, and number 2 shows a little bit of look inside. The lighting was a little bit difficult today, so sorry about it being dark. I saved the south central area for last for a reason, and I'll show you in a minute. Number 1 shows you how close it is to the south end, 2 shows you how it looks down through the middle, and 3 shows you how the roof is progressing with the decking. The reason why I saved it for last is that within the next couple of days, we may see this structure completed and a topping ceremony happen. The significance is this is the last major construction of the main building itself. Those are the areas I wanted to highlight for this morning. I hope that you found this informative. Now let's take a look back 3 months to see how the area looked then for comparison. Today we continue our weekly 3 months ago on this day look back, this time to the 18th of August, to compare the progress and construction of Giga Texas as we see it now. I recommend you take a look at the 18 August video if you want to get more in-depth information of how the factory looked at that time. Today we start off in the south end and we look at the construction status at that time, and we note that none of the pond reconfiguration, the water splitter boxes, or the stormwater pipe installation had continued, although the pond filling was underway. The central area was concentrating mostly in that central area with the large pit for the huge double columned footings and drilling. The south end of the general assembly structure and the west end did not have any of the wall panels south of this framed in area for the large glass panels. And going into the north area, looking at the battery cell, we see a lot of the steel for that alleyway here to connect the paint shop and the battery cell structure. And these are the roof trusses, the first ones that arrived to put the roof over that area. The casting machine structure was just getting some of that steel mesh for the concrete on top, none of the walls. And looking at the walls on the east side, still some panels had to be installed. We see that window line was just in the central area of the building. It had not been extended yet to wrap around both the north and the south sides. And here you see the south end of the stamping machine structure, and again, none of the window lines. So I hope that this 3-month look back to 18 August helps put into perspective what we see on the site today and how much progress has been made in just 3 months. Before we begin, I would like to say thank you to my patrons for your generous support. Patreon members get access to high-resolution photos, previews, and direct dialogue with me. If you would like to support my channel, please consider becoming a patron using this link, which is also in the video description. Please also consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Thanks. My drones are ready and raring to go. Let's go flying over Giga Texas.